And here we are live on the beautiful Omaha beach. Quickly looking overview of the map. It's great. Offensive game mode. I've never played Utah Beach, so my first experience with this map is spectating it, which is very exciting, just because you're going to have a lot of people charging over a big open area, and that's lovely to see here. So on our German team, the defending team, we have Sussy Brigade, Rebel 2nd Corps, and Army in Northern Virginia. And then on the USA team, our attackers, we have Pennsylvania Army, 20th New York, Hood's Division, and some of the 2nd Mississippi. Those regiments, if you want to join them, they are War of Rights regiments. An American Civil War game similar to this, but set in the American Civil War time, of course. Those links will be in the description. But anyways, let's get the battle underway. We can see the Americans have started to become very aggressive on this right side here. A couple Germans here defending. And it's kind of close here. The Germans do have this nice little, these little peepholes, but the U.S. troops here being very smart, dodging these. We have Sergeant Simp here. Holy crap, what a way to go. My jeez Louise. So you can see more USA troops moving up that way. A lot of dead USA Americans here in the middle of the map. The Germans kind of got that held down here with their defenses. You can see the Americans pushing up on this left side as well. There are a couple Germans down up in the front, so the Americans should be able to push over there as well. You can see the Americans are pretty much overwhelming this position we have dug here. This defense going very well for Doug for the moment before he goes down. But the Americans are overwhelming this right side. We do have a soldier here on the AT gun, if I'm saying that right. He's about to fire a shot, but I think he's about to go down to Robbie here if he sees him. He sees him. Robbie gets up, unloads a lot of shots, gets the kill. We have a 20th New York soldier. He's just cruising through here. Huncho going down to a beautiful grenade. We can quickly overview what the Germans got here as they're defending this beach. They do have a couple of men on this far side. Americans trying to push up that side, but the most successful push is going down this side, and more Americans are beginning to push down this side. So we have YouGov throwing a grenade. The Americans realize it's there and just slowly back away. Little conga line. So the Germans right now, they have a lot of men towards this middle right side, and the Americans aren't really pushing that way. I mean, it's not a bad idea, because if they pull off all their men, they'll obviously get overwhelmed. But we do see some Germans here. It's some guys who died over here in the trenches earlier trying to contest this, but it's not going very well for them. Beautiful shot there by something down on the beach. Huncho getting some kills in the distance. But the Americans are sweeping these trenches. You can see some buildings are being placed down to be constructed. We'll see how effective those are, but a lot of these Germans are in the center here. I mean, they're holding their ground, but this flank is being overwhelmed. Not a whole lot of Americans left. Let's see, IB King Monkey, or King Money. King Money. I thought there was a K there, but no. You can see Woolly Warrior here using the defensives of the Germans to his advantage. Peeking out of that hole, taking some shots, getting a kill in the process. More Germans have moved into this area. It looked like an OP has gotten destroyed. You can see the little smoke puffer up. I think that was an OP anyways. Kind of looked like the little sparkles, if you want to call them that. But it really looks like the Americans... Ooh, look at that. The Americans have really set up a firm defensive position on this flank. I don't know what these red dots in the sky mean. The ground is lighting up, though. It was just a flare. Oh no, I don't play Hell Loose the most often. Still a great game nonetheless. So we can see another assault here by an American squad. Close shots being engaged here. Reeves going down though. These Americans are winning every single close battle so far. Doug having a very nice position there. The Americans are going to have to grenade him out, or at least try to flank him, which is what you see them trying to do, and they do get Doug somehow. These two guys out here, Sergeant Stimp putting in the work, getting a couple kills there. I don't know if Woolly Warrior got kills there, but he is there as well. Grenades going off like crazy here. There are more Americans here, but the Germans are concentrated. More and more smoke grenades going down. We can see a plane coming down, taking shots. Not getting any kills though. Which, honestly, it looked like it was primed to get a couple of good kills, but just barely missed. You can see our squad on our left here pushing through the trenches. I mean, this is trench warfare at its finest. I mean, the Germans are doing a heck of a job right now holding the line. They haven't really folded in a minute. We got about 22.5 minutes left here that the Germans have to hold this position to win the game. I think the Americans will eventually take it. They're slowly overwhelming this spot here. Good couple kills there from Doug on the bottom of your screen. Yeah, the Germans are just spawning in on this garrison. I think this was a garrison anyways, but this garrison is huge for them. Where is that shot going? Holy cow. I didn't even realize you could see all the ships out there. We do have some fighting occurring in the middle here. The attempt not going so well. A lot of them dying. Not unsurprising. Nice shot by that, whatever that was, tank. Maybe just an RPG, I don't know. But Germans en masse, they are back again. And the Germans again are doing a heck of a job despite what I'm saying here. I mean, these machine gunners are great. You can see the Germans, they're putting up defenses around their garrison. They want to protect their spawn point. Because, I mean, this spawn point has really kept them in this game. You have a nice little house here that they can use as defense. Doug taking the opportunity, gets that kill. We have 2 machine gunners on this. Holy cow. The Americans are going to have to go along the long way. They're going to have to go through around here probably to get around that, but then the Germans could just readjust. So Germans have a nice position here. What is... know what's there, but actually the Americans have overwhelmed the center position. They have now taken it over. You see only Zaz here, just letting it rip. The Americans scouting that corner there. Get out of there. So you can see German reinforcements beginning to move into this area. Closely contested, and it looks like the Americans, I think, have taken the first position. Yeah, I think they have. Oh, that was the first spot. Okay, the more you know. So the Americans doing a good job pushing that center position. I apologize. I've been focusing on this so much. But now this is the next point of contention. So I see why the Americans are pushing that now. We do have a German tank holding up here. Does not see the man right in front of him. You can see what it's like from this tank's perspective here. Look at that. There come all the Americans. They're storming up. Here it goes. All these Americans are on his left, and the gun's not even looking that way. It's looking to the right. Like, holy crap, look how many Americans there are. First shot hits the tank, catching it on fire a little. It's smoking up. What a shot. So now the fight has shifted over here. This makes a lot more sense. That German tank now letting it rip. That garrison is still huge there. You see a bombing run off in the distance. Not really hitting anybody though. More Americans spawning in here. You do have another German tank in the back here, taking some shots. But yeah, no, the Germans, they got tanks, they got machine gunners everywhere. And the Americans are trying to assault over this more open position. They do have smoke grenades down, but... Is that a second German tank? There's another German tank. Jeez Louise. Absolutely crazy. You do have some guys still over here on this first point. But yeah, this is really... I mean, the Germans are just hunkered down. They have men up here on the right side. Probably more of a distraction also so they don't flank around. You see that German tank moving into the center here. Germans setting up more defenses. The Americans need to send some bombing run or something down where this is all at, because that is a free opportunity for a lot of kills. But what can you expect on Utah Beach? It's not meant to... Can't take it easily. So these Americans that were on the middle point, they are now moving up to this top area, probably getting a flank there. Germans actually pushing back on the American push. So despite the Americans taking this nice position earlier in the game, here comes a bombing run. Probably called by the Germans. It's getting a decent amount of kills here. I saw 4, 5. Will it get 6? It gets 6. It's still going. It gets 6 kills. Dang. Devastating there. I mean, the Americans are basically wiped from the field. Just looking back behind, because last week we saw the Americans do a minuscule amount of trolling and going all the way behind their enemy, which could happen here. We do see the U.S. does have an OP over here on this left side. That'll help out with this push, because the Americans have just made a concerted effort down the right side, and the Germans have been able to really stomp out that push. They're not pushing out. Probably try to take out some of these OPs. Here comes Bus and company. First Delaware. And they're just trying to take out these OPs that are here. And it looks like they probably will do that. Where is the rest of this American team? Spawning in. It really has felt like, oh. Will explode? Huh. That shot just reflected right off the tank and went sky high. That tank is lighting it up. Where are the Americans? So you got them on the far left side here. I mean, yeah, that's really... Yeah, Americans kind of scattered here. The Germans pushed out. They were successfully able to take those OPs. And now the Americans have to reform and hit them again, but somewhere else. Possibly in a new direction, which is what we can see right now. a lot of the Americans having their OP spawn over here. But the Germans have a really nice defensive position here. Obviously, it's one of the beaches, Omaha Beach. I almost said Utah. So you can see, I think that was a ping for a strike of some sort, hopefully. That would be sick. I mean, all these Americans are just pinned down in this one little area. I mean, seriously, what can the Americans do? There are so many Germans surrounding them. Shots everywhere. Grenades being thrown at them. They are getting killed. They are getting slaughtered there. And we can see Americans trying to flank around from the back. You do see some more Germans spawning. See, these are Americans. Americans doing it again. We saw it last week. And now they're doing it again. Pushing behind the German position. You do have one guy here, but I think he's AFK. So, but yeah, Germans pinning this down in the front. Not surprising though, since the Americans are just trying to get around them. But yeah, we'll be intrigued to see how many more men spawn in this back position. Actually, that guy is no longer AFK, but those Americans holding firm over there. We do have more Americans. They are over here. Sergeant Simp trying to take some shots from across the map. But yeah, no, these four players up front, they're just getting massacred. They crest over that hill and they're gonna die. So you can see the Germans responding to the Americans that were shooting from that side. They are taking shots. We do also see these Americans beginning to move out. I think they wanted whatever this was. But yeah, oh, these guys are moving kind of fast. Do you have a vehicle? One of my favorite things in the game is a good old vehicle. Love it. So we're almost a third of the way through this portion of this stage here. And the Germans have clamped down. Americans trying to flank around. Time will tell what'll happen. What a grenade kill. Holy crap. It really killed all of them. We have Dimitri here, who is literally, like literally just hiding behind that little door there. He's trying to use it now to his advantage. But will he get the kills? Ow! Oh, he pulls it off! And then goes down to Red Dad Pat. But wow, that was impressive despite the fact that he came around the corner. They were ready. He wasn't. So these Germans are out scouting around the back area, trying to find these Americans. These Americans are over here, though. They're slowly making their way around the back end. They are now taking some shots here, revealing themselves. Reeves dodging these bullets, but they do end up getting him in the end. So we do have some Americans on this left side here. Looks like they're just taking shots. The Germans, interestingly enough, they are pushing out towards them. Which is a little surprising. Because the point of contention is right here. I don't know if you want to overextend your force. I mean, Germans are doing a heck of a job holding this. It's not like the whole American team is over here. But still, shots being engaged on this point. It'll be intriguing to see. It'll be intriguing to see what these guys do. We do have Huncho. He does see them. Shots being returned though. And they get the kill. Heck of a shot. Trying to see where that plane was trying to hit. It was kind of hard there. But we do have more Americans in the back. So it looks like the Americans are just spreading out really thin. The Germans are being drawn out in the different directions. The Americans are now starting to win this fight on this point of contention. Is it the point of contention? Yeah, it is. Just making sure. A couple of these Americans are dying over here, but the Americans are winning here near the point of contention. So 18 minutes left. Americans have plenty of time to take this point. We have the Money King pushing up here. We do have this German tank. I think it's German, yeah. The German tank is repositioning itself. It looks like they're trying to go over here where the Americans are surrounding these German soldiers. I think they're just trying to destroy this thing. How do they... Oh my, there's a stone wall here. Like, how do they not see each other? There's a stone wall. And once that's... I'm like, what? What is happening? We do have an American tank. Somehow getting all the way back there. I don't know how. More Germans have spawned in here. The Americans still shut down. Looked like they were winning for a moment, but I think more spawns got backed in. These Americans that are back here, who we saw originally flanking, they're now trying to push in again. We have Ninja here. Bus is approaching him, though. And that one Yiv. I think that's how you say that. Bus. Pomeo get one. Gets two. It's official, guys. The 1st Delaware is better than the Pennsylvania Army. Who knew? Who knew it needed to be decided and hell let loose, and now we're right. So, it's really interesting how the point of contention as of right now is not not where most of the... I mean, there's a decent amount of fighting happening there, but more and more of the fighting has gone off the point of contention to the more surrounding areas. I mean, Germans are just holding this down. I mean, Americans are just getting slaughtered when they go over the crest, and if they do get over the crest, they're just kind of stuck like poor cheesecake here, trying to do something. Holy crap, a lot of these guys just died. I think Germans are coming from behind, and it's causing a lot of them to die. Well done, Bulbert. So another American push has begun up on this flank. Still American some of the distance. Germans really doing a good job securing their flanks. I mean, really. I mean, there's a couple Americans over there, but you have Germans coming up behind them, actually killing a lot of them. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what the Americans should do, right? Because you saw them mass assault in here, up in this area, and they're continuing to die over and over again. And because of that, the Americans adapted and they started to flank here. I mean, but that is not working either because the Germans have just stopped them. I am trying to wonder where that American tank is. I think they got rid of that American tank that was there. But, yeah, no. The Americans are just trying to find somewhere to break the German lines. There goes the German tank. But the Germans are just holding wherever the Americans push. We're halfway through this stage's time limit, and nothing's really changed. in the grand scheme of things. An artillery run, getting one. Getting a bunch of kills. That was over top of that garrison. And the Americans make a push for it. Successful kills there. Apparently all they needed was that bombing run, because here they go. They're in this building now. First time they've gotten there, they outnumber them too. Germans on the top side, kind of sticking there. Beautiful shot. That RPG there. You do have some more Germans coming in. They're spawning in on this garrison OP area. The Americans need to take that out as soon as possible. More Germans coming in. They need to call in another bombing run if they can. But it's slow. As longer this goes, the more likely the Germans are going to win this. And it looks like they're slowly coming back in, killing them one by one, taking back over. There goes Sharp. So there's one American left in that area, or at least in the house. A couple more coming up. Is this kind of vehicle? No, it kind of looks like a vehicle. Those two bushes look like a vehicle from the distance. So are there any more Americans? So the furthest back Americans are these guys here. Looks like some PA boys. But the Americans are still keeping this place contested. Close fighting in the store. Oh my goodness. How is this guy still alive? There he goes. So no, the Americans now winning. That RPG shot looking like it'll do a lot. It doesn't. More Germans spawning in, coming from behind as well. So if that lagged, I'm sorry. If my laptop unplugs on the charger, it kind of does that. So anyways, close fighting still happening here. The Americans do have control of the house. The point is still in control of the Germans here. These spawn points are huge for the Germans. That garrison still keeps spawning them in, of course. They all just died. The American fire. Germans being eradicated from the vicinity. This really started with that bombing run. And the Americans are now capturing the point of contention here. A couple more Germans coming in, but I don't think they will be able to successfully retake this point from the Americans. Yeah, so well done to the Americans there. Very surprising. I mean, Germans had a really good defensive position, and then the bombing run, they all rushed in, more Americans spawned in, and they took the point. So it looks like, is that our next point of contention? It is. So we do have Germans spawning in over here. We don't have really any Americans close to this area. It's going to take a while for them to get there, but 30 minutes, back on the top, back on the timer. The Americans have successfully taken the beach in the area, the heights around it. A huge accomplishment for them on a map like this. Absolutely crazy to see. Americans just finishing off the few Germans that are here. But we do have Americans kind of scattered out here. Not totally surprising. I mean, that point is so far. I mean, can we see how far it is? We're almost 1,000 meters away. 915-ish. So the Germans are going to have adequate time here to get their defenses ready for the Americans. I mean, because this is going to take a while for the Americans to move out unless they get some sort of vehicle. But they are moving along. We do have a couple of German. We do have a German left. Killer gets a kill. Wow, they did not see him. Well done there to him. There's really no other Germans here. We do have an American tank beginning to move up into the combat area, but it gets stuck. Oh, never mind, there we go. They gotta get some momentum to get over that. Wow, and they get over. That'd been really funny if they got stuck there. Shots being engaged here in the middle, something probably a little more important than a tank being stuck in the ground. Yeah, Jigsaw just taking shots over there. No Germans over there, though. We do see only Zavs here, hiding in the bushes. A good Fortnite strategy. He's got a turret, too, so this should do him well if he can see out of the bush. Because, I mean, at least none of the Americans that are spawning, they're going to come through here. Yeah, so these couple Germans are really just holding down this American assault. The Americans getting into the buildings. I mean, these Germans are getting kills. Only Zav's trying to find that perfect position. Little does he know there's a guy right next to him. Oh, but he goes down to a grenade. That's an unfortunate way to go. The Germans pushing forward here. They are building some defenses here. You do have Germans in the back. They're just coming in from a back spawn, it looks like. But these Germans, it's going to be nice for them. There's a lot of houses they can defend in. These 2 or 3 Germans are holding down this whole American team right now. It is quite fascinating to see. Looks like one left, Doug. Letting it rip, getting 2 kills. Can we see what he sees? I wonder if this will still look bad or not. Oh, but Doug goes down. What a way to go. Good shot. Whoever shot him. It's one of these 2 or 3 guys here. Yeah, the Americans have cleared the area. They're beginning to move out. Germans, though, sending more men this way. I mean, we're almost a sixth of the way through this stage, and the Americans are still... They're about halfway there to the point of contention, which is crazy to think about. Americans, like a tsunami, they're pushing forward. They might take a couple casualties, but they are still dealing a lot of damage. You can see our man here, Tent, or 10 Thumbs, is building constructions, building defenses here. Huh. So, yeah, we're really just the Americans waiting for them to get ever so close to the point of contention. You can see the Germans, they have really set up position in this right town area, thinking the Americans are going to go straight down this road, though. But will they? That is the question. Because if the Americans go around this way, they could just straight assault and miss most of the German team. But of course, they don't see that most of the German team is off to our left side here. I guess there's still a couple of Germans here that, I mean, running in the middle of an open field would be hard, even if you're charging a smaller force. But these couple Germans here are doing a heck of a job just completely stopping this American assault. It's taking a long time for these guys to move. You do have a German squad back here as well, but this tank taking them out. They're really shooting at nothing now. But they don't know that there is a kill there or not. Actually, they do see the guy now. But yeah, no, these couple Germans really distracting these Americans. Do have a German tank here. Kind of see what that German tank sees. But good shot there by the King Money. So we do have a bombing run. Will it get any kills? Getting 1. 2. This man is a lucky man. He was especially lucky after that. So we did see these guys are on point. First Delaware. They're going to try to move behind the Americans here. I mean, yeah, I mean, the Americans, I mean, they've been really slowed down because they're spawning now on this far left side. Um, and which unfortunately bamboozles the Germans because a decent amount of them are pushing over here to halt this push. Little do they realize there's a decent amount of them spawning from the back side as well. So, yep, the Americans are within range of this point. We do see an ANV soldier shooting out this way. Little does he realize that some 1st Texas guys are about to bamboozle this man. What a shot. Beautiful. So it looks like the Americans are going to go clear out their flanks and then push forward this way. Back on this side of the battlefield, the Germans have kind of taken up a line defense here with a couple of men using the trees and buildings, trying to just stop the Americans from pushing forward, and they're doing a pretty dang good job at it too. We do have 2 tanks here. They are both American tanks, slowly making their way down the road. Jeez. We do have 2 Americans probing the point. Look at them go. 10 Thumbs sees them. He wants to defend his builds. He gets 1 kill. There's a second one. But an ANV soldier has gotten him. So the U.S. assault has really halted on this side. You do have these tanks moving down. You do have a couple Americans still over here getting some kills. These tanks getting over there are going to be huge for the Americans. Is this a German? No, it's not. So that'll take a while for those tanks to get here. You do have Americans over, really scattered over here. Are there anywhere else that I'm missing? No more trolling, no more minuscule amount of tomfoolery occurring here on part of the Americans. How far can these guys see from here? Dang, they can see pretty dang far. So the Germans kind of clearing out this back area. How are our tank friends doing? Our tanks pushing down the road. Will Hendershot make it? He's on the other side of the wall. He should be fine. But this German tank just taking shots. You know, first shot from what I assume was a German rocket, but Dimitri getting those kills there. Heck of a job. These 2 tanks, they're side by side. And Hendershot is right next to them, not even realizing he could die at any moment. How is he not dead? How has no one seen him? Crazy to see. So we got 20 minutes left in this stage of combat. The Americans have not gotten close to the point at all. They have gotten 1 or 2 men, but it's not like it's a whole lot. So, unlike last sector, it appears this is just, I mean, everyone's scattered. This just appears that the point is so far away. So trying to communicate an effective push while the Germans are bogging you down can be difficult. But the Germans are doing what they need to do. They're doing a good job. Ninja is on top of a tank, killing Germans while on the German tank. What an absolute G this man is. Look at Ninja go. He's on top now. I don't know if he's trying to shoot at that tank. Probably not. But what a G that man is. This German tank is shredding the Americans that are still in the backfill. Where are our American tanks at? There's one here. The second one got destroyed. So this movement here by the Americans looks like it's going to be futile. These tanks have gotten destroyed. We do have some Americans spawning here, but it looked like they're going to die, but Jason Umbrella can't even clutch there. We do have an American squad pushing down this far left side. You have more coming in from the back area there. but the Germans are just here. They're ready to go. You can see that other tank getting blown up here. And there's another German tank there shredding those American troopers here. I mean, Americans are just getting slaughtered everywhere. It seems there's just Germans everywhere and Americans nowhere. But the Americans still pushing, winning points of contentions despite what I say. So we do have one of our American squad moving that way. You have another one holding back here. So we're almost getting to the halfway point of this sector. And these Americans have gotten the closest to the point. You see an A&V man here. A German. Knowing they're there. Getting ready to take shots. Here we go. There's no way he doesn't see them. Oh, wait. A&V man being saved by his friendlies. More Germans coming in to assist. They've traded kills right now. You can hear the beautiful ping of that M1 Garand. Holy crap. So it looks like the Germans are winning on that mini stage there. Germans again everywhere. Americans just being bogged down. Again, we're almost at the 15-minute mark. We have one man left here to save the day. Will he do it for the Americans? He's bandaging up. Holy crap. Gets one. Oh, wow. What a triple kill. But he does eventually go down. Dang. That was a heck of 3 kills. I mean, you would think the Germans who were up and moving that were ready there, they would get that kill, but no. They are defying all expectations. That RPG shot going nowhere. You do have a couple Americans still over here. I mean, really, what is our 97 people total? This is crazy. I don't know if you're feeling the same way, but it does feel like the Germans have a lot more men on this field. They have 4 more men, but it feels like they have a lot more. But again, they are defending. It's going to be easier for them to stay alive and stay together. But they're doing a good job at it, so. Americans starting to make a push down this middle point. You do see more Americans on the left. The Americans have finally gotten over on this left side here. That was almost a team kill. But yeah, another shot at the right area, just missed. We do have this man, he's peeking around the corner, trying to get an angle. That looks so weird. Let's see. Jason, what a kill there, despite it really looked like that German was going to get the American, but no. It's the other way around. Germans starting to come back from this area over here to fight those guys that are spawning in. I mean, really, you have a couple Germans holding these guys down. We have another American tank moving up here in the middle. But there is also a German tank here. So yeah, this little skirmish happening over here. I'm intrigued to see this tank. There's actually, I think there's 2 German tanks here. This American tank's about to roll up on one of them. First shot. Oh, the American tank is getting stuck. They're trying to turn that gun. Second shot. Third shot. American tank shoots back. American tank starting to smoke up, but the American tank wins in the end. That surprised me. That really did surprise me. This other German tank backing away now, seeing their friendly dying. Back over near the point of contention. This push down the middle has worked. They're getting close. They're going to the center. In the center, they will break. This time, though, the Germans have kind of a nice two-lined position here. You have our first line like this, and then our second line back over there. That line, though, is adjusting up to where this first line is. But this spearhead assault is working. So far, Germans could collapse on both sides. And finish them off. They could indeed. So we do have the two tanks. The American tank pushed forward here. I think this is the American tank anyways. Maybe I should look to see if there's anyone in the tank. No. Where's the... Oh, yeah, the American tank is over here. It's getting healed. Only Zaz has some, might have something to say about this, though. Only Zaz, you really have to just go around the left, and he's there. How did that American not see him? Oh, I guess there's a gate in the way. Nobody gets him. Dang. Only Zaz had a huge opportunity there. So this hole in the middle is being plugged here by a couple of Germans. Americans holding up in this barn-looking thing, though. Can use the nice window there. So yeah, we have 10 minutes left. Wow, that went fast. So sorry, there's 11 minutes left, but there was 10 minutes and 55 seconds, so it looked like 10 minutes. So we're almost getting to a point. 2/3 of this sector time is gone. And the Americans haven't even contested the point at all yet. They're getting closer. Their assaults are getting a little better, but they are not breaking it. I mean, how far are they away? They're less than 100 meters away from that point. Only a couple guys left here. Oop. These guys are really touching faces. And War is able to get that kill, but another American squad here pushing on this right side. There are Germans on the other side, but they got this nice stone wall. The Americans use as cover. Germans can also shield their movements as well. Good kills by those two men there. So the Americans, a lot of Americans here. Back on this side, though, there's just a couple fightings. A couple guys fighting here. That American tank is now coming in, but a beautiful shot by one of these Germans, causing that tank to catch on fire and destroyed. Well done. And Jigsaw went down. So a bombing run by somebody. The Americans got one kill. Almost could have gotten more. I don't know if these things can deal damage through buildings or not, but wow. The Germans were unfortunately not as clustered up there as they thought. So we do have a stalemate here. It really is starting to look like Germans are just going to win this. I said this last time, though, right? The Americans did something. They did that bombing run, and that changed the fight over that sector. More Americans spawning in. 8.5 minutes remaining. Desperation time is starting to begin here. I mean, there's a decent amount of Germans over here distracting these Americans. You do have a German tank as well. So a couple Americans bogging down a decent amount of Germans should give their friendlies a chance that are fighting over on this side. Germans making a counter effort on the top right of your screen, starting to push out into the American area. More Americans spawning in here. You have Mac Diddy here at a decent position here. Loading machine gunner. But yeah, no, this is going to be very difficult for the Americans to break through, obviously. I mean, they haven't broken through yet. So you do have a couple Americans moving on this right side, though. That guy does have a free base, almost a free access to the point. Almost. He can get close there and try to do something. But these Germans here are pushing really far out, very risky here. So these Germans have also pushed a little forward here. Americans pushing up into this house. What a clear by big man Vince, getting a couple kills there. So the Americans, Germans have switched places over here. Yeah, these Americans pushing up for those houses. Oh, a decent amount of Americans just spawned here, though. This will be interesting to watch. Beautiful kills by where's the lamb? Well, if that guy came upstairs any sooner. So the Americans are actually starting to clear out the Germans over here. These Germans have kind of fallen back. There are Germans in the distance moving over towards the point. But for the most part, it looks like the Germans are done unless they just died. And they're spawning in a moment. But the Americans are starting to prevail numerically. Almost at 5 minutes left. Holy crap, that's overkill. The American first player is playing as the German. We do have a plane coming in. Let's see if it does anything. Well, unless it's just recon. Nope, it's dropping bombs. I don't know who. I think the Americans called that. Another miss, though. They maybe got 1 or 2 kills. It looked like own kills, though. But this is the closest the Americans got. They've got 5 minutes left. They still have a chance here. The Germans, where are they at? There's a decent amount of them here, but you got a couple guys here, a couple guys there, a couple guys everywhere. They do have some tanks, though, probing. That should help as well. I see 2 tanks and a vehicle in the distance moving. But Americans, more than 1 American has breached this area. 10 Thumbs should have a field day, but nope, he goes down. I think he was looking the wrong way. So we have our first man to go into this building. Dies. The other one dies as well. So the first American assault fails. Not totally unsurprising. 4 minutes remaining here. More Americans spawning in. This, holy crap. Whoever that German was, holy crap, that's well played. Just massacred all of them who spawned in. So is this a German tank? Yeah, it's just a German tank. They're just moving in. I mean, they can really just stand up there. The Germans just need to distract the Americans just enough so that they can hold the point. Their lives don't mean a whole lot. You can see the Germans starting to reform. and more of a solid group here. Americans gathered up in this house, though. We're at 3 minutes left. The Americans starting to get a little desperate. They're moving out in the middle. More respawns for the Americans. Germans look like they've got this area covered, though. Very well, too. It's going to be hard, especially with these tanks here. See some planes dropping some bombs. They maybe got a kill there. I didn't see if they did. I don't know if they got any, though. Two and a half minutes. You see another German vehicle in the distance. At least I think it's German. You see a couple Americans running up here, but I don't know how much it's going to mean. Yep, it is a German vehicle. Moved in. More Americans. They're trying to push down this left flank here. What a beautiful rocket shot. That killed like 5 or 6 Germans there. Trying to hit the tank, missing the tank, but got a crap ton of men in the process. A minute 45 left. Germans are holding their ground. They're losing a little, but not a whole lot. A bunch of them on the point of contention or outside of it. Yeah, I mean, unless Americans had a bombing run up their sleeve in this last 30 seconds of the game, we're down to a minute left. Americans bomb rushing on this left side here. That German tank is just having some fun. There we go. I thought it was going to be a bigger bombing run or something. You can see that tank shot just ricocheting off that tank. Another RPG shot. Holy crap. The war has gone crazy. The Americans trying to get to the point of contention. 30 seconds left. You can hear the clock starting to tick here. The game ever so close to being done. Americans bomb rushing the point and going down. There's so many Germans on the point. But yeah, I really think that does it for this match. Wow. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. Germans getting a huge victory there. Well done to the Germans. Essentially, Americans did pretty good for those first 2 waves. Germans held them down, though. It is a hard map for the Americans. It wasn't real life, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was hard here. But nonetheless, well done to the Germans. Americans put up a good fight. It was fun to watch. So with that being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe for more. We'll be doing this weekly. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good rest of your night. See you in the next episode.